Yes, briefly tell us about yourself, who Alhaji Nurideen is.
Thank you very much. Alhaji Nurideen Iddrisu is an ex-banker from Standard Chartered Bank, and I worked at Standard Chartered and I'm proceeded to Owando in Nigeria. I worked in Owando a bit in oil and gas, then came back to Ghana to set up my own businesses.
So, Alhaji, why do you want to lead NDC as its flag bearer?
Well, thank you very much. Leadership is generational. And it is our generation, and we understand our challenges better. If you look at Ghana in recent times, unemployment is an issue. Businesses are not doing well, and as a businessman, this is the time to come in and support my people by providing jobs. That's what I do. Wherever I go to, I create jobs. At Owando, I was in charge of business development. I created jobs for people and made good bottom line for my company. And I have to migrate the good practices from the corporate world into the political arena. That is why I'm coming in. I am frustrated with the system. It is not working the way it should work. The youth are struggling, women are struggling. Why sit back and complain? I decided to come in and support by empowering the youth and the women in this country. That is the reason why I decided to come in. I'm looking at construction, one. I'm going to pick pharmaceuticals. I'm going to pick agric and among others. How am I going to do it? Well, I start with construction. I want to empower the indigenous Ghanaian contractor by giving the contracts to the local person, local businessman, and helping by also waiving import duties. If you look at the foreign contractors, when they come, what do we do for them? We waive import duties on their equipment. How do we compete with such people? I'm going to take up the pharmaceutical industry. We do import a lot of medicines into this country. Let's empower the pharmaceutical companies, the indigenous pharmaceutical companies in this country. How am I going to do that? Very simple. All the equipment, the machinery they bring, first 1 year, I'm going to waive all the taxes to ensure that they survive. I want to assist the local, the indigenous farmers by giving them low interest loans. That is one. Secondly, I'll also waive the tractors, the combined harvesters that come into the country. Give them at least a year or two waiver. Get them to start work, and agric is very key to my heart. That is how we can achieve industrialization and also feed the nation. So I'll introduce Operation Feed the Nation by supporting the indigenous farmer to industrialize on a large scale.
Should you be voted for to lead a party, what would you do differently to lead a party to come 2020 elections?
It's simple. We can easily win this 2020 election if we work with the party structures. It's simple. Work with the party structures. What are we seeing? We saw banks collapse under the NPP because there's vindictiveness, there's hatred for the opposition. So once you are not part of them, you are attacked. They attack you, they destroy your business, and they are attacking everybody. We can't progress as a nation. Somebody must change that, and that's why I'm coming in. We can't be destructive. We don't believe in ourselves unless you belong to my religious or tribal group. Unless you are my brother or my cousin, I'm not supposed to empower you. How can a nation prosper when we have such leadership? It is wrong.
Corruption is contentious in the country. Do you believe it is endemic, and what would be your measures to tackling corruption when you become the leader of this country?
If the leader lives by example, trust me, we won't have all these corruption issues or challenges in the system as it pertains now. So I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to resource and retool the judiciary, and I'm going to ensure that ethical value system is taught in our schools. I'm going to introduce technology into the filing system, where you sit at home and just go through your internet and file on any day, and also ensure that it works. Because in our system, because of corrupt practices, people do not like technology because it's a way of fighting corruption. People want to continue that way. I will ensure that technology works there.
Why should voters choose Alhaji Nurideen over other candidates?
This is a young, very energetic person who believes in empowerment. He wants to empower the indigenous Ghanaian businessman. He wants to empower the indigenous Ghanaian businesswoman. It is time. He wants the indigenous people to own their resources. I want to empower people. That is why they should choose me. The Ghanaian is suffering, and was acknowledged by the president himself when he said, "What times are hard, but we're not in crisis." So it is clear, nobody can lie about it. So no one district, one factory. The only flagship that MPP managed to implement is just the free education. And look at the challenges our kids are going through. Parents are spending even more than we're spending before. So it doesn't make sense. And if you listen to the finance minister, he did say that if he is capable of paying for 10 people, why should government pay for him? So definitely he doesn't believe in it. Why should government pay for me? So there have to be a mechanism of identifying the underprivileged and supporting them, rather than the mass one. It's not working.
You think parents are even paying more than when it was free?
Of course, parents are paying more because, one, when your kids come, assume they come home for 41 days. You must pay for teachers for them. The food they eat in the school is not good, but they can't talk. So you have to send more money to them. You have to pay extra classes. So at the end of the day, if you quantify all this, you end up paying more than paying the school fees itself. For a nation to succeed, we must first of all sit back, have a national plan. That's what I'm bringing on board. I will have a national plan that will have a buy-in of the civil society, a national plan that will involve the political parties, then get it passed by parliament, and ensure that Ghanaians know it offhand what the plan is. Then we go by the plan. That's the only way we can succeed, rather than haphazard way of doing things.
Right, Alhaji, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.